Okay, hello all you crazy people out there. My name is Stupid, and I think it is time that we pay Remy a visit because I haven't seen him in a while, and I have some questions for him. Although I am not entirely certain that I'm going to be given the chance to ask. Either way, is this the library? I don't recognize this. Thank you again for helping me the other day. Without you, I would have been trapped sorting books for a few more hours. Inviting you over for dinner is the least I could do. I mean, if you're talking about the logic puzzle, that actually didn't take that long. It's no problem, really. It really is. There's something else you can do for me. Potato. This one sounds like answers, but potato. I think I have a few potatoes, but potatoes alone don't make for a particularly good dinner. Maybe we can find something else to go with them. Anyway, is there anything in particular you would like to eat? I could go for some meat right now. That's a euphemism for something, isn't it? Do you have something vegetarian? Anything. I really don't care. I happen to have some steaks left. How does that sound? That might take a while, so make yourself at home. With those words, Remy walked into the partially walled-off kitchen. There was no door, so I saw him opening the fridge and take out 2 steaks before he set them down on the counter. Soon after, he was already preparing the various ingredients with his somewhat clumsy paws. He was silent for a moment, and then lifted his snout and looked at me from over the partition. What is it? Ah, I was just thinking about something. I could help cook if you like, don't worry about it. Alright, I'm really good at making, like, pasta and, like, nothing else. Do they have Italy in the Land of Dragons by any chance? Do they have pasta? Is that a thing? I looked around the apartment as Remy cooked and couldn't help but notice with the almost mesmerizing tidiness that permeated the place. Shelves were filled with books, scrolls, magazines, and various other trinkets. Suddenly, the repetitious noises of vegetables being cut ceased as Remy returned from the adjoining room. I'll be back in just a minute. He went down the hall and vanished through the bathroom door. What should I do? Escape while I can. Can I blue screen his computer again, or is that still in the office? The pictures are probably the easiest. And provide backstory. I picked up one of the framed photos to examine it more closely. It was a red dragon. I guessed that it was female or of young adult or college age, although I wasn't sure, as it was still hard to tell without looking at the obvious signs. Her crimson scaled head was adorned with frills that ran down the back of her neck. She wasn't familiar to me. That's all? That was like one picture. Oh, there's more pictures. The second picture showed Remy in his typical attire. Tie, glasses, and all. And the last of the 3 pictures was another red dragon who, as far as I could tell, was a fairly young member of its species. It reminded me of a younger version of Remy, although without his typical accessories. That's an achievement. The bathroom door opened and revealed the white dragon. As he approached, I felt my stomach grumble quietly. I barely heard the muffled sounds, but when I saw Remy's ears perk, I realized he had more sensitive ears than I expected. Hungry already, I take it. Yeah? Or we could just flash him. This is gonna be so awkward. I pulled up my shirt to expose my belly to the dragon's gaze. My hand stroked it in a circular motion, caressing my skin, hair, and body fat beneath. Thanks. That is a considerable amount of detail that I'm not sure if we needed. Do you think that's a lot of hair, or just a little peach fuzz? Because I think it is pretty hairy. I'm gonna get kicked out, aren't I? Some of the hair is actually blonde, so you might not be able to tell from a distance. Which means you have to touch my belly to feel them. He is not impressed. It's very soft. I'm afraid you need to leave. I got kicked out. Is there an achievement for that? I didn't think you would want to meet with me again. Okay, well, I guess I'm not learning anything about the story. Lost. That looks like another murder. Either that or it's a spotlight on a stage. I can't be sure. I'm gonna guess murder though, because that tends to be the theme in this game. How long have I been going for? I've only been going for 4 minutes in this video. Okay, I was gonna guess like 10, but sure. I guess getting kicked out will cut a meeting short. I woke with my eyes fixed on the ceiling's wallpaper, and by the way, I need to write down the fact that I got kicked out for like the video title or something. Okay, that has been written down. That is probably going to be a video title in some form.
Hey.
I did not want to accidentally quick save. I awoke with my eyes fixed on the ceiling wallpaper. A sense of dread lingered from a nightmare I no longer remembered. How many more times would I see this apartment before I returned to my own world? Or before something happened to me? I got ready for the day and tried to shake off those thoughts. Hey, stupid. He always greets me like that, doesn't he? And right on the minute. You show up at this time every day, like clockwork. Alright, clocks are reliable, and reliable is good in this line of work. Okay, so who got murdered today? I think you can guess why I'm here. Is it Reza again? What happened this time? The chief will explain everything once we get there. Let's not keep him waiting, shall we? Who's the new chief? Or is Bryce still the chief for this specific case? I forget exactly what Emera said. We arrived at a place that would look like an ordinary house had it not been for its extraordinary size. It reminded me more of a hostel than a family home. Chief! Okay, so it is him again. There you are. Wait, weren't you supposed to be with Emera? Luckily, she doesn't work every day of the week. I see. Anyway, we're nearly done here, so I'll keep it short. Reza broke into a hatchery. There is another murder victim, an employee of the hatchery who was on the night duty. Her body was found quite away from here. There's evidence of a struggle, but she covered a lot of distance, There's evidence of a struggle, but she covered a lot of distance before it was ultimately over. Loud bangs were heard from the area her body was found, but as she had numerous wounds consistent with both the wounds of the previous victims and that other weapon he has. By this point, the news of another corpse didn't have the same impact anymore. She was just another one of Reza's faceless victims. A hatchery. Is that what this building is? Well, not only. It's a council-owned building, and they like keeping everything related to the sector under the same roof. So besides the hatchery, there's also an orphanage and a family clinic inside. There are also offices related to the administration of those services. That reminds me of the production facility. It should. They have similar management structure. Can we get back to the case? Sorry for the interruption, Chief. Wait a minute. If an orphanage is in there too, is that going to be like the kid? What was her name? It also started with an A, right? Because there's not enough characters whose names start with A in the story. The one that Adine was taking care of. Like Amelia or something like that. There were no other casualties, but Reza got something else when he broke in. A generator as well as a few eggs. Okay. Jurassic Park much. Luckily, the power was restored before anything happened to all the other eggs left inside, but needless to say, the parents of the stolen eggs are not going to be happy. Why would he steal eggs in the first place? Maybe you can tell us. That's why you're here, after all. I don't know. I have no idea what he would even do with them. Maybe he wants to use them as a bargaining chip. After all, he still has to make his escape, and the portal is still broken. Do you think he wants to exchange them for safe passage through the portal? Maybe. It's still broken, though, so I'm not sure if that would be of much help. Maybe he has the part needed to repair it, and now has everything he needs to escape. You've been saying that for like 3 different plot points now, and he hasn't done it yet. He could trade the eggs for safe passage, fix the portal, and leave. That's not the only possibility. He may not be the one who broke the portal. Maybe he thinks you've intentionally sabotaged it, so he can't leave, and he feels he needs the eggs as a bargaining chip to let you repair it. Sounds exciting. If he wanted to leave, I feel like he could have done that already. It doesn't even matter who sabotaged the portal. We only know that Reza's actions are becoming more and more desperate. He kidnapped defenseless eggs and even used the human weapon. Something's clearly going on with him, which means that he'll slip up soon. I can't help but feel that at least one of the pieces of information I've been fed since the beginning of the story is a giant big fat herring. Who knows? Maybe he already has. Like, I don't know what that might be. I've voiced a couple things that I think could be possibilities for the outcome of this mystery, but I really don't know where it's going to go. We'll find out. Although I did guess the solar floater thing correctly right before that popped up, so who knows? Who knows? Maybe he already has. In any case, we're done here. Let's head back to the department and decide what to do next. Hopefully some of the test results will tell us something. Okay, I don't get to do another one of the corpse investigations. I haven't gotten to do that in a while. I don't think I've gotten to do that since the first one, was it? After a brief walk, we were in Bryce's office again. Initial test results had already come in, but didn't reveal any insightful or new information. So what do we do now? Go over the timeline again? Not yet. There are a few things I'd like to take care of first. What do you have in mind? Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Come in. Hey, it's you, Maverick. What are you doing here? Chief, can I talk to you alone? We're quite busy here, Maverick. What is this about? Reza. Well, you're looking for the Reza task force, so if you have anything to say, you can say it in front of all of us. I see. I think I know where Reza is. You know where Reza is at this very moment. I have a good reason to believe that I have located his hideout. This is gonna be the underground lab, isn't it? He could still be there, or he might have moved on. Damn it, Maverick, tell me everything. I've been tracking him for a while now. When he was at the portal a few days ago, I nearly got him and managed to follow him for a while before I lost him. Based on that, where he's been and where his victims have been found, I can triangulate his whereabouts. He has to live somewhere, right? He needs a base to hide the generators and everything he has stolen. Bryce cleared the clutter on the table emphasis, and smoothed out a map in front of the town on its surface. It already had a few locations related to the case marked on it. Show it to me. Prior victims were found here, here, and here. Today's was here. She was following him, likely because she wanted to save the eggs he stole. This is the path he took from the portal when I followed him home a few days ago. So we have established this as his area of operation. Extrapolate it. That is a telephone. That is my sister, which I assume is a call I probably should not ignore. So my sister took the dog to the vet, and I need to go get her because apparently my sister has other things to do or something like that. Okay, I don't know if I was questioning a couple of videos ago why like my dog was noticeably absent from here, and I guess that solves that mystery. And now we can move on to the one in the store. That was a terrible segue. I don't know why I decided to try that. Maverick, so we have established this as its area of operation, extrapolate it, and we can narrow it down to this. Now, where could he be hiding in this area? He's certainly not within the village borders, so unless he's decided to live in the wilderness or in a hole in the ground, the only option is here. The abandoned farm. Oh, okay. When did you figure all this out? Just a few minutes ago. When I did, I immediately came here. Damn it, Maverick, this might be it. Alright, was the farm one of the areas I had the opportunity to explore earlier? I don't think I did. I don't remember a farm other than the one that what's-her-face Anna stole a sheep from. Should we send an observation team? As if we have one to spare. Heck, we're going there right now. What about you, Maverick? I'm still on sick leave, remember? Besides, if I saw Reza right now, I'd probably do something I shouldn't. Well, at least you know your limits. What about you, stupid? Isn't this going to be dangerous? Reza probably won't harm you, as you're the only one you can possibly consider an ally. Good point. If anything, with you there, we might be able to convince him to give up. Or we could act like we intended to trade you for the eggs if he tries to use them as a bargaining chip. You're not really going to use me as ransom, right? We'll see about that. I suppose if it's necessary, I'll have to play along. I've got your back. If there's one thing we can do to make this whole situation even worse, it would be messing up with you. To the protagonist's credit, I probably know the most about Reza, more about Reza than anybody else, so I imagine they don't want to lose that. We have the element of surprise if we walk into his base right now, but we risk Reza lashing out with his weapon. If we want to resolve this peacefully, observation is probably the way to go. And I don't know if anybody has informed the dragons that his weapon has limited ammunition. Probably worth remembering, so if they can... I don't know how many times he's discharged it so far. I know there have been several gunshots. But unless he came, like, stocked with an entire, like, suitcase of bullets, I don't know how long he's going to actually be able to use it. I guess we won't need Stupid there for that, though. Sure enough. Alright, Stupid, you stay here and wait for further instructions. We may need you at a moment's notice. Don't do anything without telling us, without us telling you to, understand? Okay, alright then, let's go, Sebastian. After you, Chief. And Maverick, good job. Thanks, Chief. And off they go. Shortly after they vanished, Maverick also turned to leave. Then I had to wait. Bryce and Sebastian were observing the farm now, and if anything new happened, I would be the first to know. I spent some time looking around Bryce's office, studying all the material he had gathered about the case. There wasn't really any information that I didn't already know. After a few hours... Oh god, I had to wait that long again. The telephone in his office rang, and not sure whether the call was intended for me or Bryce, I picked up. Stupid! Yes. I think you need to come here. I'll give you the directions. No problem. The tension, I swear. There you are! So what happened? A whole lot of nothing. There was no movement to or from the building in the entire time we've been watching. He usually operates during the night, so maybe he's just asleep. In that case, it would be best for us to go in before he has a chance to make his escape. Or maybe he's not even in there anymore. He could have seen us and slipped away unnoticed, with plenty of time to destroy the evidence while we've been waiting here. You're right, either he's still inside, or he's already gone and not coming back. Let's go in. What should I do? You're coming with me. Sebastian, you walk around and watch the back of the building, just in case he tries to escape. I'm on it, Chief. I go in and you stay here, alright? What am I even here for, then? You're our insurance. If Reza tries to flee and sees you, it might throw him off. You might be able to stop him. Or if we get into a standoff, I can tell him you're here as well. I just don't want you to come inside when it could become dangerous. Let me go in first. Waiting is boring. I've done enough waiting in this game. Why? Maybe I can talk to him and we can figure things out. I don't think he wants to kill me, so even if that doesn't work out, Sebastian and you will still be nearby to catch him. That's a very good point and all, but it's just too dangerous for you to go inside. I can't let anything happen to you, so we'll do it as I said. Wait here. I tried. I watched as Bryce made his way to the front door. Looking around, I scanned the windows of the building for any sign of movement. When Bryce reached the door, I wondered how he could make his entry. When Bryce reached the door, I wondered how he would make his entry. Would he try to be quiet and sneak around, hoping to find Reza unprepared? Or would he barge in and rely on his strength and speed to apprehend him? Though shortly after Bryce opened the door, an earth-shattering sound echoed across the sky. That is an explosion. Stupid! I mean Bryce! Oops. Another one bites the dust. I can't believe he's really gone. I'm sorry, stupid. I just don't know what to say. All the responsibility falls on me now, and Reza is still out there somewhere. This case is just beyond our capabilities. We are already at a brave minimum before this, but with Bryce gone, I just don't know what we should do now. I've already... I was like half listening to the music, and I thought I recognized it from something else, but I find that very unlikely since games tend to like have their own music and not license it from other places. With some exceptions. I've already requested help from one of the cities. I hope they'll send some good investigators on our way as soon as possible. I hope they'll send some good investigators our way as soon as possible. There we go. At least we reclaimed everything that was stolen. Well, except for the eggs. I don't want to have to explain to the parents how the children were killed in the explosion. All the generators were just sitting inside there. It just makes me think that Reza must have left in a hurry. After we got so close, too, it was his hideout, for crying out loud. He probably just saw us approaching and left before we even had the chance to apprehend him. Is it worth asking how he obtains the explosives? Because someone said he was buying, like, food and lemons, but I don't think, like... I don't know. Cave Johnson? I was debating with myself whether I wanted to make that reference or not. Left before we had a chance to apprehend him. But you know what? We can't stop now. If anything, this has only proven that he's even more dangerous than we thought. If Reza can make bombs out of generators... Oh, okay. So some of the generators that were stolen were just... I don't know, he rigged the gasoline to go up in flames or something like that. If Reza can just make bombs out of generators, who's to say where he'll use them next? We have to stop him, stupid. Are you with me? Yes. Regardless of Bryce's death, we have to try our best to proceed with the investigation for his memory and for the sake of the town. At least Reza doesn't have any generators for now. All the stolen ones were accounted for inside the building. Wait, I thought you just said that he, like, exploded a couple of them. Alright, let me see what else we have. When we searched the building, we found more things that Reza stole. We also found this bloody bandage. Do you think that's his? That's what we need to find out, but given that all we know, it probably is. How long does it actually take to do the blood test anyway? Because it seems like that's a thing they can do reasonably quickly. So he's wounded. We know he was injured during the fight with his first victim, but whether this was from the same wound or for something else, I'm not sure. In any case, you can bring it into the lab for us to find out more. Sure. Next, we'll have a witness who reported hearing loud bangs during the night. We'd like to send somebody to make a follow-up visit. You'll need to confirm the witness statement, then see if he has anything new to share. Also, now that we've reclaimed your PDAs, we're going to send one to the archives for analysis. Since they have experience with human artifacts, they're better suited to do it than any of our departments. No problem. In any case, I'll just leave everything here until I get to it, so feel free to do these tasks as you wish. Okay, so that's going to be another grocery list. I know it's laughable that we don't even have a free hand for simple errands. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I should get back to the investigation now. I'll leave the stuff for you here, and I'll take care of the rest once I get back, alright? Sure thing. Good luck, stupid. You too. Alright, so I don't particularly care what I do first. I guess I'll just do them in order. Let's see, I have been recording for 20 minutes, minus like 2 that I spent when my sister called and asked me to go and pick up the dog later. I'm gonna end it off here. So, my name is Stupid. This has been Angels with Scaly Wings. In the next part, we're gonna do some errands. Take the bandage to the facility, visit the witness, take the PDA to the library. I will see you all later.